So today I'm deep in the heart of Stephen Austin's colony in Austin County. I'm going to travel around and visit various historic sites. When you think about regions of Texas that may be the most important historically, one of the places you should look is in this area. So now I've returned to a very important historic site, San Felipe. This was established in 1824 and became the capital of Stephen Austin's colony. But unfortunately, during the runaway scrape of the Texas Revolution, this town was ordered to be burned down. So one of the reasons I'm back here at San Felipe is the last time I was here, and as you can see from my video, The Birth of America in Texas, they were doing a reconstruction of the town, or at least a portion of it. And so that has been completed, so we're going to take a look at that today. Can't wait. So there it is. This is what the town of San Felipe looked like in the 1820s. Or should I say 1830s. So this is the Texas Gazette printing office. And straight ahead there is the Farmer's Hotel. Very well done. Every Texan should come out and visit this place. Amazing what people were able to do in the 1830s. We take that for granted. All these buildings are free for you to explore. Let's go check out the Farmer's Hotel. They have really done a great job on these buildings. Here's Andrew Jackson on the wall. He played a big role in Texas being annexed to the U.S. One thing you don't want to miss walking around here is the hotel cellar. Next we have the Austin Academy School. Courthouse and Convention Hall. So just remember, at this point in time, this was still part of Mexico. So there we have a Mexican flag on the wall. And so you can do a self-guided tour here, or they also have tour guides that can explain a lot of the history and details of San Felipe. So this is an example of where new immigrants would stay temporarily when they moved to Stephen Austin's colony. So next we have Celia's Bake Oven and Kitchen. So the town of San Felipe did have its own cannon, similar to what you see here. I strongly encourage you to come out and visit. It's easily accessed right off I-10, just to the west of Houston. So this church was built in the year 1837. It's made out of cypress wood, and that is what has allowed it to survive all of these years. It's one of the last few historic buildings left in this area. So there aren't very many original historic buildings left in San Felipe, but this is one of them, the 1878 S.O. Eidman House. And from here I can see that that's real glass on those windows. So next we're at Stephen F. Austin State Park. One of the smaller parks you'll find in the state park system, but very lovely. Beautiful forest along the banks of the Brazos River. A nice little network of trails. Most of these are rather short, and so today we're going to explore them by mountain bike. This is a really good place to take your kids. These trails are more on the novice scale, but they are a lot of fun. You do have a little bit of topographic relief here, just far enough inland, and so let's take a ride. So a lot of these trails are named for the predominant tree that you see along the path, this one being the sycamore. So we're approaching the Brazos River Bluff area, a really nice destination. Really nice view over the river here. The Brazos River. So much history along its banks. So as we all know, a lot has changed in recent decades, and this is a relic of the past right here in Sealy. This is the old Haynes mattress factory right next to the railroad tracks. This mattress factory was opened in the year 1909. So we're at the Bellville Farmers Market right here on the town square. So right off the town square here in Bellville is the historic Austin County Jail and Museum. 1896. So Bellville is deep in the heart of Stephen Austin's colony. All sorts of interesting historical information about Austin County right here in this museum. So here we have the San Felipe flag made just before the fall of the Alamo. Essential in any German kitchen. Wow, so this jail museum is very impressive when you come up these stairs. Look up there, multiple levels. Not much privacy. So this is as high up as I can go, but you still get a good view of everything up here. 1890s jail cell. This was used up until 1982. So you win some and you lose some. That's what I've found when traveling across Texas. So out there in the distance is the historic German Witty Schmidt House Museum. There are even signs on the highway saying museum this way. but then when I got here I met with a locked gate. So apparently this is one of those places where you need to probably book a reservation to get in there and see it. And by the way, this house is way out in the countryside near the historic German community of Industry. And so Industry is here on the western side of Austin County. It's one of the most important historical German communities in Texas, the first, established around the year 1831. I did a video called The Birth of German Texas, and you can get more details about this historic community in that video. One detour worth taking just north of Bellville is the Kenny Store. Small little community just right off the main highway. So I'm about 10 minutes outside Brenham in the community of Wesley. This is near the Austin-Washington County line. And this is the historic Wesley Brethren Church of Czech origin, built in the year 1866. So I'm way down here in the southern end of Austin County in the small town of Wallace. That's Wallace with an I. This town feels like taking a step back in time about 70 years. I think it has a lot of potential. There's some really nice historic buildings right along the railroad tracks that I think, you know, with a little tender loving care, could be a really nice little strip with shops and stores and things. It does get a lot of traffic, so there are some old historic homes that if they could be restored would be a beautiful bed and breakfast potentially. I really think that at some point Wallace is going to have a revitalization as Houston continues to expand further west. So right here in Wallace is the incredibly beautiful Guardian Angel Catholic Church. So yet another church destroyed during the Great Storm of 1900, rebuilt in 1904.